Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino. I hope you had a chance to watch the video. And if you haven't, this music video came out. Donald Glover actually hosted Saturday Night Live on Saturday. He not only hosted Saturday Night Live, but he was then also the musical guest for Saturday Night Live. Well, Childish Gambino was. So he hosted and did the music for Saturday Night Live this past Saturday. And then, of course, the next day, he released his new music video, which, for a song he actually performed on Saturday Night Live, he released the music video for This Is America. Again, if you have not seen this, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to see it. To watch it. It's something that has been sticking with me since I got up Sunday morning. And it's one of those things, I'm scrolling through social media on Sunday morning, and I always see people are like, you see people posting things. And I've become so jaded and just cynical about social media because, people post weird stuff. Like, the one that killed me a couple years ago was, like, the fox thing. What does the fox say? I don't give a shit what a fox says, and stop sharing the stupid thing. So I don't tend to click on those things right away, unless it's, like, new Blink video or new Rancid, and then, okay, I'll click on that. And I know Childish Gambino, but I wasn't, like, in a hurry to see it. But then someone had shared it. Another person had shared it. Another person had shared it. And I said, okay, you know what? I'll watch a music video. Walk inside. Thankfully, my daughter was taking a nap, because you don't want to be showing this music video to your kids. Just don't. I mean, teenagers, yes. Not young children. So I come inside and I put it on the television. I'm watching it. I started watching it, and I said, nope, let's watch it. Turned to my wife, let's watch this thing. And once it ended, we both just kind of sat there for a few minutes, and I'm like, holy crap. And my wife, who actually wasn't familiar with Childish Gambino, turns to me and goes, is there anything that Donald Glover can't do? I said, nope. Nope, there isn't. Nope. So again, I highly encourage you to watch the music video. It is really, really overly socially relevant right now. Overly socially relevant right now. There's a couple of moments that I want to talk about in the music video that a couple of people, I've seen breakdowns and everything else, and there's a lot of stuff that I completely agree with, and I'm not going to get into all those breakdowns. I encourage you to look them up. Really, even just, like, there's tweets. There's, like, Twitter threads that have just a complete breakdown of it. But there are a couple things throughout the music video. Now, the music video, he starts out in playing very much a Jim Crow character. I'm not going to get into the background on that. Playing very much a Jim Crow character, but the thing to understand about that is these characters that were portrayed many, many years ago, not as many as people think, but many years ago, tended to be white actors in blackface. And he's very much acting like a Jim Crow minstrel at the beginning of the music video. And I'm not going to get into everything that happens next, but there's so much stuff happening behind him as he's going through this music video. And the important thing to take away from this is how, and I'm only using the term right-wing media for lack of a better word, is how the right-wing conservative media tends to get on black celebrities and black athletes when they speak out about socially relevant stuff. And this really speaks to that. What he's doing in this music video is he's trying to be that black man that everyone expects him to be, dancing and entertaining, but not speaking on the real issues. But the real issues are actually happening in the background of the music video. So he has found a way to do that, to put those issues at the forefront. So again, he starts out in this very Jim Crow pose and everything else. And as the video progresses, there's so much stuff going on around him. The one important thing that I will point out that I wasn't originally going to is there's 17 seconds of silence at one point in the music video. 17 seconds of silence in the music video. Most likely this is an homage to the Parkland victims, the Parkland shooting victims. But then, of course, after that moment, he then goes into a different part of the music video, and he continues to dance. The first time I watched the music video, I didn't realize how much he was imitating it, but he jumps up on a car, and he continues to dance, and he's imitating Michael Jackson's dance from Black or White, from the music video, where Michael Jackson was dancing on a car, smashing a car window and everything else. And he even finishes with Michael Jackson's signature pose, where he's grabbing a little something, If you don't know what that is, you're too young, because everyone knows what Michael Jackson's pose is. And that got me thinking. He starts out portraying a person that is white performing in blackface. And then he ends the music, not quite ends, but toward the end of the music video, the end of the dancing, portrays himself as a black man who had essentially, arguably, I'm not trying to start a crazy war here, arguably, essentially changed his black face to white. And the way I see that is the evolution of African American entertainers in this country. And that's what he's trying to convey to everyone. That's what he's trying to convey. That they took it, Michael Jackson took it to a different level. But then in the end, he still wasn't completely accepted. Despite the fact that he did so much to make himself look like a white man, still wasn't completely accepted. And I think that's why Donald Glover ends the music video while running. Because he had been smoking a joint. And despite all his efforts to be the black man that the media and everyone else wanted him to be, he still had to run away from everything. One other key point I want to point out from the Childish Gambino music, This Is America music video, and I think people have had this wrong. There is a pan at one point where it shows teenage children, like about teenager-aged children, with their smartphones out, and they're filming the chaos that's happening below them. They're like up on a landing. And they actually have their mouths and their noses covered, but their eyes not. And a lot of journalists came out and said, you know, this is because they are faceless. They are faceless children, you know. And I maybe that is what Gambino's trying to convey. However, I saw it a little differently. I saw it as these kids are not completely anonymous or faceless. They're voiceless. Their eyes weren't covered. They have to see the chaos that was happening in this music video. They have to see it. They're forced to see it because their eyes aren't covered. And then they're filming it. They see it. They know it. They're sharing it to social media. But their mouths are covered because no one wants to hear what they have to say. Because think about the conservative right-wing media and all those kids from Parkland and how really half of this country has dismissed them. I think that's what Donald Glover is talking about. Those kids have to witness this. They have to grow up right there in that very second. And we don't give them enough respect to listen to their voice. And we need to give them that respect. And I'm going to end it with this. Donald Glover, you are a true American hero. I can't say enough about how important that music video is and that song is in this time and what we're going through in this country. So thank you. Thank you, Donald Glover. Thank you, Childish Gambino, for speaking up. And this is coming from me. I can't imagine how much that means to another black person, to another African American person that actually does deal with those things. I don't have to, I am fortunate that I don't deal with those things on a daily basis. I, however, at least have compassion for people that do. Unlike a lot of white people and orange people in this country. So thank you, Donald Glover. Thank you, Childish Gambino. And keep fighting the fight. Because you have plenty of fans out there that are going to support you. And Go Tell It to the Wall podcast and Go Tell It to the Wall Empire is on your side. And let's see more of it. And let's invoke some change.